Hi everyone, it's Niamh here and welcome to my art journaling channel. Today I'm going to be playing with some new releases from Dina Wakley and making some Perspex art display holders for all my ATCs that I'm collecting at the moment. So this is a Perspex display holder I found in Kmart. It was ridiculously cheap and it comes with a little wooden base. Now the thing to remember about when you're working with this is you're going to have to work from front to back. So all these marks I'm making are actually going to be the first thing you're going to see. So it's really handy if you turn it over like I've just done, so you can actually kind of work out where your mark making is going to go. I would highly suggest, if you're going to do a image like this and you're not that confident at doing a background, for example, maybe practice in your journal page first, or record what you've done in your journal page and then watch it in reverse. So the things that you do last is what you're going to do first on the Perspex, if that makes sense. So I'm starting off with my dots. I used paint pen straight onto it, sprinkled some ink over the top. I have been using my heat gun, but very sparingly, because obviously Perspex is a type of plastic and it's going to not bend but warp. Then I'm just going in with acrylic paint and painting on it. You can see me again checking to see what's coming through and if it's balanced okay. This is one of the new stencils from Dina Wakley, and the previous one was from her last release. It's a lovely, very, very open stencil, and it's great for this kind of work because it just gives you a really cool effect. One of the things I'm taking into consideration as I'm doing this is what's going to happen in the foreground and background. So I'm using cool colors in the foreground. I'm using the turquoise and malachite in the foreground. And then I'm going to put warm colors in the background, which will sort of help boost those colors forward. So it's again good, I suppose, to know what your sort of ideal color scheme is before you do this as well. If you get it wrong, just wipe it away. Acrylic paint is good in the fact that, you know, when it's wet you can remove it. If it's dry you might need to scrape it off, but a bit of hand sanitizer on it and a bit of a scrape should be fine. So there's no problem there. You can see I'm just applying paint now with a sponge over the back. I'm sponging over the entire back surface. So this is my final layer. If I put anything after this layer, I'm not going to see it because I've completely covered the Perspex, or the see-through Perspex. So if you can see any clear bits through it, you need to cover it at some stage. You could also choose to have all that mark making and stick down some collage paper, for example, in the background. So it doesn't have to be paint. So I'm just going in and quickly, you can see how fast my heat gun is going over it, drying off the back. Just because I'm impatient, I really want to see if this worked or not. The good thing about acrylic paint is it is a permanent on all surfaces, so it will be permanent on plastic like this. Now it looks a bit dense because it's got that cover on it, but you can see there all those beautiful, beautiful colours just get boosted by having that acrylic piece on the front. Then I decided I want to add a bit of depth to this, so I'm actually stamping on the front of the piece. So this is using the new photo sketch stamps from Dina Wakley. I just love these gorgeous leaves. Lots of leaves in this one, which is really, really fun. And I'm stamping directly on using my archival ink. Now this did dry and it hasn't moved. Again, I'm just quickly going over it. You will need to use a permanent ink, either alcohol or oil based, to do this. If you don't, it's going to come off, so just be aware of that. But I was really, really happy with how this ended up. I decided I wanted to do a little bit of mark making on this because it's me, which I really enjoyed, but I probably didn't leave my ink to dry long enough, so it did move it slightly, which is why I made a second piece and did a slightly different technique on it. So you'll have to stay tuned to see that one. Oh, you'll see it at the end actually. So I'm just again using my paint pens over the top. So as you all know, if you've been watching my channel for a long time, I do love paint pens. It's acrylic paint in a pen form. So again, it's going to be permanent once it dries. It's going to stay where it's put. There's not going to be an issue with it. I'm being inspired by the lovely Michelle Logan to do my little lines in it. This stamp in particular has those lines in it. I'm not actually really drawing on the ink, I'm drawing in the space in between. There's already some mark making there. So that's the great thing about this, you don't have to think about it. All the lines to follow are there already. Up close, it's very tricky to see with video and the ring light above it. It does kind of glare a little bit because of the plastic. But you do get this really cool sense of depth because you've got that stamping on the front and then you've got all that beautiful colour in the background. So once I'd finished outlining everything and playing around and doing all the bits and pieces I wanted to in this, then I had to think about how I was going to actually attach my clip that I was going to put on the top. So I have one of my Dina large gold clips, and I was going to originally hot glue it on, but when I went searching through my drawers, I found that I had some E6000, and that glued it on perfectly. So this is giving you a bit of a close-up of how that depth and layer looked in the layering over the top. You could see there I also had the wooden stand that came when I bought this, and I've just stuck one of Dina's words with some neon paints behind it onto the bottom. And you can see there how I'm displaying some art in it. So it's just lovely, something lovely to have in my studio that I can stick my artwork up on, or something I'm working on, or something I'm drawing, and still be inspired by the art in front of me. So I hope this inspires you to go and find something similar. Australian peeps, Kmart, go to the craft section, that's where I got those. Comes in an oval, comes in the squares, and I'm sure other countries can find something similar. Until next time, bye for now.